morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. How you doing? So, today we got to be serious, okay? Yesterday was like a little, but I'm back on it. I'm serious. So, no interruptions today for sure cuz I got to make sure I get this message out, okay? Good morning. Hey ENJ. Hey Jamie, Empress, Janice, Justice, Tay, Goddess, Sheena. Hey y'all. How y'all doing? Hey Sugar. Oh, the sun is so beautiful. All right, let's get into it. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Zen. Hey Christopher, Rosalind. Um, yes, welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro Zen. And today I'm reading for the Beautiful and Handsome Collective. How y'all doing today on this good Monday morning? Flowers, flowers, flowers. Two more times. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes, one more time. Flowers, flowers, flowers. Yes. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. To book a private reading with me. Hey, Emmy. To book a private reading with me or to shop in my store. Hey, Australia. All that information is in my bio. Okay. So let's get into it. Yeah. I gotta be careful with my words because TikTok been putting me on little warnings, all right? So I need to make sure. Yeah, TikTok too darn sensitive for me. But anywho, the channel message here is inside intel. They hired a law enforcement to look for you. So this may be very specific for some, and this is not going to resonate for all, okay? So please keep in mind, this is a collective read. Take what resonates, leave the rest, okay? Someone is desperately trying to find you. They don't care what it takes to apprehend you or to catch you, okay? Yes, the timelines have shifted energetically. So Christopher mentioned on YouTube, it's unusually calm and peaceful. And that's because of the astrological shifts. There are more planets that are going direct. They're not in retrograde anymore. Jupiter has now went direct. Jupiter represents like abundance, education, higher learning, overindulgence, things of that nature. So you're feeling the goodness of Jupiter becoming stationed direct and not retrograde, okay? So they hired a law enforcement to look you up. So if you are aware of someone from the past that have connections to law enforcement, they're using to their full advantage, or we'll say they're using it to their full disadvantage, okay? Someone has been trying to look you up with your address, your phone number. They're trying to just locate you by any means necessary. But the thing that they're doing here is that they're lying to this law enforcement as to why they need to find you. So whoever this resonates for, there's someone from your past. It could be an ex, it could be a family member, however it resonates in your story. But someone from the past here has been lying on you still, and now they're getting other people caught up in this whole circus show, because this whole thing is a circus, right? And this law enforcement, so the ex or family member that has positioned themselves to this law enforcement individual here, they're trying to see if they can help them crack the code in regards to where you are. It's going to fail, of course. But what they don't understand here is that the reason why it's going to fail is because they're doing this on company time or they're doing this on work time, if that makes sense. So some individuals, if you've lived around or you just know, with law enforcement, you're supposed to have a specific quota, okay? This is something they don't tell you, okay? But when they are on the job for 8 hours or so, they're supposed to fill a quota in regards to tickets, in regards to arrest and things of that nature. And if they don't meet that certain quota, they can actually get in trouble for that, okay? So what is happening here is that this person wasn't able to meet their quota because they're putting all of their time and effort into you. and it's causing a red flag, or it's causing some huge concerns to come up within the quota department, or however it resonates. And they're realizing that that particular law enforcement individual here is not doing the work that they are being told to do, or doing the task that were delegated towards them. So what they're doing, instead of doing what they're supposed to do during their 8 hours, is that they are using their 8 hours to look up information in regards to you. Okay? I don't ask me nothing about no politics, please. This is not a politics page. Take that elsewhere, okay? So with that said, the law enforcement individual that went to another law enforcement individual here has been raising a lot of concerns, because they're just doing what this. So there are two law enforcement. There's one that's good and there's one that's bad. The good law enforcement individual decided to help or assist the bad law enforcement individual, because they look, or they present themselves as if they are on the up and up, or they present themselves as a very positive role model in regards to, just who they are. And the concern here is that now there's more heat that's coming in. I saw my meditative state IAB, which is internal affairs, okay? Internal affairs are actually now stepping in, because they're realizing that it has been happening for a very long time. And I'm talking about over a time span of at least 6 months to a year. And that's just the icing on the cake. There's so much more that is going to be popping up in regards to what this, negative law enforcement individual has been doing here. And this negative law enforcement has not realized that they're now bringing more attention or more heat onto the precinct, or more so the department of other people here. And they're like, the lieutenant is aware, the captain is aware, the sergeant is aware. Like, more of the higher ups are now starting to have their antennas up, because they're not understanding why the negative law enforcement individual is doing this here. So they've been diving deeper and deeper and deeper, and they realize that this is more of like a personal thing. So for whoever this resonates with, of course, because it's not going to resonate with everybody, there is a person that is in the law enforcement, but more so on the negative aspect of things, that has a personal bone to pick with you. And the reason why they have a personal bone to pick with you is because you've been basically telling the truth, or speaking your truth. And your truth is clashing with the lies that they have been saying about you. So what they're doing is they're trying to save face, or they're trying to kind of like hide or cloak their actions by trying to put or position the good law enforcement individual in the hot seat, or in the ring of fire, so that way that if anything was to backfire, the good law enforcement will take the blame for it, and the negative law enforcement individual will get away, unscathed or not hurt again, okay? That's where things are going to backfire here, because we have the pathway in reverse, okay? The pathway here in reverse represents that the negative law enforcement individual feels stuck, because again, they're doing their stuff during company's time. So when they are at work from whenever the 8 hours or so, they're using that time to look for any type of lead that they can get. And the more that they keep trying to get some form of lead towards you, the more they grow frustrated, because they can't find anything in regards to what they're trying to find against you here, okay? See, look, occupation. The occupation that we're speaking about right now is law enforcement. It's literally good versus bad here. And the person here, when they're on the job, they specifically use their computers and look up information to see if they can get any new, see if they can get anything new on you, and they cannot. Adjudication is here. They're going to get caught, or they're getting caught up here. To be honest, I do feel like that the negative law enforcement individual is going to put the positive law enforcement individual in the hot seat here, but the positive law enforcement individual is not going to go for that, and they're going to railroad. But message of concern. They're going to railroad, or they're going to stick, or they're going to pin the negative law enforcement individual here with all the things that they have been doing. As I mentioned, they weren't honest as to why they're trying to research or why they're trying to get information or intel on you, okay? They weren't honest. So when things are, the higher ups are starting to ask specific questions, well, why are you doing this on, company's time? Is this a case that you were assigned to? You know what I mean? Like they weren't, there's no case, if that makes sense. But the negative law enforcement felt like, because you're just speaking too much truth, that they felt like that they will be backed by the blue, and they're not going to be backed by the blue here. So we have thief. It could be a mature woman, so however it resonates. It could be a mature woman that is a law enforcement individual here that is abusing their authority or abusing their power to get whatever it is that they're trying to get. We have official person in reverse as well. So this mature woman that is a negative law enforcement individual here is now being shown or seen as an unofficial person, and that really frightens them, because now they got they got the job involved. That makes sense. They got the enforcement involved, and that's not what they wanted to happen, or they did not want that to. They didn't want this to blow up. But as I've always say, if someone is telling lies, that guilt is going to really truly make them tilt. Okay. And someone that has been telling lies for a very long time, and then eventually the truth comes out to basically supersede over the lies here, it really puts a person in the bind to where they feel like that they have to do damage control. And that's exactly what they attempted to do. They attempted to do damage control, but they didn't realize just how much damage that they created by trying to utilize the company's time, the company's equipment, the company's research inquiries, their database, etc., etc. And this mature woman here, however it resonates for you, you're in a lot of trouble here. Baby, imprisonment. So now this negative law enforcement individual feels like they're going to be imprisoned. So they could be imprisoned in their mind, or it could be an actual physical imprisonment. But the IAB, Internal Affairs, okay, are now involved or investigating the records, or more so the footprints of this mature woman. And this mature woman is very afraid right now. See, spirit, message. I'm sorry, I'm just excited. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Yes, I'm about to lose control and not think I like it. All right, we got message and we have community here. So what's happening now is that now, once all this is starting, now that everything is the ball is starting to roll. More people within a community, and I feel like it's more so the law enforcement community here, are now getting messages, or they're getting intel, or they're speaking about what this mature woman has done. So it's like, yo, did you hear what officer such and such did? Did you hear what officer such and such was doing? Da da da. Like the information, or more so the gossip, is now starting to spread around the community. The gossip is now starting to spread around the community of the law enforcement department here, and is putting this woman in a very, very shameful state, or putting this woman in a space where they feel more so like stagnant here. Wow. Oh, okay. They even paid money. Wow, this is crazy. You see what people were willing to do, the lengths as to what liars, because this is a complete liar, habitual liar. But the extent of as to how far a liar would go just to ensure that their secrets are not exposed is just really just, It's just, you know what I mean? It's crazy, you know? Anywho, we have coffin here and we have courtship. So I do feel like there's an ex-lover that's involved here, but the ex-lover doesn't want any parts or don't want to work with this mature woman anymore because they're also exposed as well too. But all of that can be linked back to this negative law enforcement individual, okay? However it resonates. I'm just going by what the cards say, okay? This mature woman can come off as very masculine when they are on the job. They abuse their position as well. So these are the type of individuals that will stop you for the most silliest things, most frivolous things, like, you know, you're probably doing 5 miles over the speed limit. Thank you. Or you're playing music way too loud or louder than normal. You know what I mean? Like some things that, you know, you can kind of like, you know what, just kind of, you know, you can just be like, don't, you know, they want to go the extra mile because they feel that they're in this law enforcement, they're in a uniform. They feel like they can abuse their power to make them feel strong. So this is just my own interpretation of this. And it's not everyone, but I feel like some law enforcement individuals, especially the negative ones, they get into such positions as being in the law enforcement because they were bullied. That's just my own personal perspective on that. But I feel like this person may have been bullied when they were younger, and they feel that if they're in a position of power, they feel like that they can abuse it in a way to where they can kind of get back from being bullied, being ridiculed, from not being heard, being looked over, and things of that nature. It's just more so like, you know, you're gonna do as I say, and you're gonna follow what I say, in that kind of way. So we have courtship and coffin here. There's an ex-lover here that wants to end the situation, or they don't want to be a part of the situation anymore because they're realizing just how far this negative law enforcement individual decided to move forward to, and they don't want any parts of that. So they're like pulling away, and they're trying to find a different path or a different alternative to finding you. So you have an ex that's trying to locate you, and you also have a negative law enforcement individual that's trying to locate you here. But people are pulling out because this is going to get very, very deep. Now, I know you guys have watched Law and Order before, especially SVU. And with Olivia Benson, there were times when she had to actually communicate with Tucker on a professional level when she was dealing with, we'll say, unsavory characters within the streets. And to the point where it got so out of control that actually IAB actually had to kind of stand in to kind of, you know, to investigate to see what was going on. Normally, IAB would step in as if there was some form of like foul play, if a law enforcement individual had to discharge their pew, that makes sense. If they actually hit someone with their pew, hopefully that makes sense. So IAB have strict requirements and more so standards in regards to how things should be. So they want to make sure that the person in question, more so the law enforcement individual, they want to make sure that they did the right thing. Like, was it right for them to draw their GUN? Was it right for them to, you know, execute their pew and things of that nature? You know, they want to make sure that all of their bases are covered, and they do that by implementing or bringing forth the IAB to ensure that the law enforcement individual did what they were supposed to do. This law enforcement, the negative law enforcement individual, it was all about money. Okay, and they may have said some things to the good law enforcement individual in regards to, well, if you help me find this person, I'll give you a little play, or I'll give you a little $500 or whatever, $1,000 or whatever the case may be. And this person actually agreed to it because they were, even though they work in the law enforcement niche, they may not be getting paid well, or they may have bills that they have to pay and they want to catch up on the bills, you know, that they want to pay here. So that, baby, look, I swear I love when the cards be like, yes, say it, boo. We have a concern and unexpected income here. Yes, and that's a concern because This mature woman here was passing along finances or giving unexpected income. So basically money that was what's the word? Not checked, or it's a certain word. Like the money is not connected. This is their own personal money that they're using wherever they're getting the money from. And what I'm hearing here is that they're receiving money from, so I'll put it this way. You know when someone is first arrested, accounted for, thank you so much. Now you know when let's say there was a substance bust, right? And normally when someone goes through a substance bust, there is finances, there's the actual substances, there may be pews involved. Like there are many different things that will correlate to the substance bust. And when they do the bust, they have to take those things into, they have to seize those items. So when they're seizing those items, it goes into evidence. There's an actual room where they take those things for it to be accounted into evidence. Well, what this mature woman was doing here was that the finances or the money that they received from the substance bust, they were taking it. They were taking they were taking the money or the finances from the evidence room, and they were paying the good law enforcement with the unexpected income. I'm getting chills. That's what they were doing. They were taking the money from the evidence room. This is a concern. They were taking money from the evidence room and they were giving the good law enforcement individual that money there. So if anything was to go awry, if anything was to like fall down, if the whole scenario or the situation fall down, the good law enforcement individual will take the heat, and the mature woman, the negative law enforcement individual, which is the mature woman here, they will get away unscathed. Journey is in reverse. Yes, confiscated. Thank you so much. Yes, man. I'm telling y'all, I swear. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just so hyped. False person is the mature woman that is in, or that is, that is employed by the law enforcement department here. Yes. They are now being shown or seen as a false person because everything is being put back onto them. So there are money that is unaccounted for, or more so there's money that was taken from the evidence room, and individuals were looking for that money from the evidence room because they wanted to put it into like the court proceedings, or they needed it for evidence, or they may reuse that money to go back out into the streets to try to get another person to get busted again. Okay, it's like a recycling thing here. And this mature woman here was fully aware that they were looking for the unaccounted funds that they knew they placed into evidence here. And this mature woman was staying quiet, like nothing, they didn't know what was going on. Just like, oh, okay, yeah, well, they were playing dumb, or they were playing possum here. And it's going to come back, or it's going to be, the trail or the path is going to come back to this mature woman here. So this mature woman is very afraid of not only them losing their job. I mean, that's the least of their worries, but they're afraid of them losing their job. They're afraid of the higher management, lieutenant, sergeant, captain, etc., corporal, etc. They are afraid that they're going to come down very hard on them, and they are going to lose their job, but it's going to bring too much heat, or is bringing too much heat to this department here. And the reason why is because of this mature individual that has been abusing their power. Hey, Lely. I'm going to keep saying it. It don't pay to be a mean person. It don't pay to be a mean-spirited person. And that's what is happening here with the family room. Family room. We'll look at family room as secrets being divulged, because normally when you're sitting in the family room, that's the time when you congregate amongst the family and you have conversations and you're talking to one another. And sometimes you may, while you're sitting amongst family, you may feel prone to speak about more of the personal matters of self, if that makes sense. So I look at the family room as things being revealed or secrets being revealed, because society wise, when people see or think of family, they think of being okay to being vulnerable when they're around family here. So that's why I look at the family room as a form of secrets being exposed. Yes, bad health. This mature woman is in bad health here because all points or all arrows or the path goes back to them and they don't know how to take that. The ex doesn't want anything to do with this mature woman here because they realize just how deep that they're in. The ex-lover here is not. Maybe they are in the law enforcement. I don't feel that they are, but you're gonna have to take your story as how it resonates. But I do feel like with this ex-lover here, they don't want anything to do with this mature woman because they're realizing that this mature woman is just basically kind of like going rogue. Like they're just doing as much as they can to solidify or to ensure that they apprehend you or that they caught you, and it's not working. This mature woman here could be also blackmailing this ex-lover here. You better not say anything. If you say something, da da da. So I do feel like that this ex-lover may have a record already. And man, when I say this mature woman is so diabolical, they specifically seek out individuals that already have a history of some form of like criminal activities or just negative activities in general here. And the reason being is because they feel like that they can always be or keep 2 steps ahead or be 2 steps ahead here to ensure that if anything is to happen, it will never come back onto them. But it's just too much overwhelming evidence in regards to what this mature woman has been doing here. We have house. Hey Maribel, we have house. So it's an in-house thing, or it's been happening in-house. In-house in this instance here will be in the law enforcement department or the precinct. Things are happening within the house of those individuals. That makes sense. And this mature woman is bringing too much heat to this department or law enforcement here. So if it has not happened yet, but it will, this person is going to be placed on leave, like administrative leave with no pay. Homeless. So what I'm hearing is that this mature woman has spent all their time, their savings, or their finances in trying to locate you. They can't find you anywhere. They don't know where you are. They don't know if you're out of the country. They don't know if they just don't know where you are. And it's infuriating them that they're not aware as to where you are, but they're trying to come off as if everything is okay. They're pretending as everything is okay, and they're very confused by their continuous efforts in trying to keep you in a very stagnant situation here. There was definitely some witchcraft involved in here. So this mature woman, the negative law enforcement mature woman here, was definitely paying for spell work to put people under an illusion that everything was okay. So this would be the type of person that would more so come towards you here with a loving, hey, how you doing? Oh, you look good today. Trying to butter up people, but they only look for specific individuals that are struggling with something like self-love, like self-respect, self-worth. If they know that a person is struggling with paying their bills or their finances here, well, then they will go ahead and they will proposition them to do certain things. Well, I know that you say, I know you mentioned that your mortgage is due, or I know you mentioned that your rent is due. I know you're struggling here, but I got a job for you. You want to take a look at this? You think you can handle this, or you think that you can do this for me? And because the perception as to how this woman is portrayed within the precinct here, individuals are like, yeah, I'll do that for you. I don't mind. I can do that for you. I know I need the money. I need the extra money. So I don't mind doing that, because Believe it or not, even though some individuals work in the law enforcement niche, some individuals are not able to pay their bills. So you do have some law enforcement that, you know, at night you might see them doing like clubs. They might be a bouncer. They might do security and things of that nature, so they can more so supplement the finances that they may not have. So this is what this mature woman was aware about. They only specifically look out, or they target individuals that are in need of finances. And they thought that if they were to do it in this way, that it would have never got caught, or they would have never got caught. It could be a Gemini, however it resonates. Oops. Hold on. It could be a Gemini. Hey, Australia. Okay, so I'll put it in this way. This mature woman that's a negative law enforcement here was trying to, they thought two heads were better than one, because they did everything that they could. They feverishly looked through all of your personal assets. They try to comb through like your social security and things of that nature, because these individuals have access to those things when they are connected to the database. So they felt, this mature woman felt like two heads were better than one, that if two people work together to try to get you to whatever, to find you, locate you, or whatever the case may be, that it will work out, and it did not work. Anxiety. Very toxic. Very, very, very toxic. This mature woman is, they could be in their 60s, or they could be born in the 60s, however it resonates. We do have roots here, so you may be connected to this mature woman, or you may be connected to this person that's a law enforcement individual, because roots are here. That's one way I'm looking at it. The other way here is that this mature woman that's of the law enforcement, but more so in the negative aspect of things, they were trying to dig their roots into you, or they were trying to create or stabilize a foundation of roots, basically like kind of hook themselves into you so they can know all about your whereabouts here. And they're going to jail. They're going to jail. They're emotionally exhausted. Yes. They're emotionally exhausted. They're living amongst their means or beyond their means. So even though this mature woman may have a little bit more, well, they're not using their money. They're using the money in the evidence department to do their biddings. So this mature woman is not even up to par in their finances here. But as I've mentioned, they're using other people's finances to, you know, to get ahead. And it's not working in the way that they expect. We got Aries, too good to be true. This mature woman is too good to be true. They're hiding. That's what they were hiding. They are stuck. Because they never thought it would have came back to them, or they never thought that they would have gotten in trouble for it. But the person that is the good law enforcement individual here is not going to take the blame for this, because they're not a weak individual. They just thought it was it was an innocent, like an innocent request. And they looked at the mature individual as someone to look up to, because as I mentioned, they're either born in the 60s or they're 60 years old, or in their 60s, if that makes sense. So with society, a lot of people, and this is just my observation of things, a lot of people tend to look at elders as like wise, and they tend to like respect them, but not all elders are of the light. Not all elders are good, if that makes sense. But the way that this woman portrays herself to be, it was easy for them to just be like, yeah, I'll do that for you. Hey, no problem. Yeah, I can do that. You know what I mean? And kind of keep their hands clean. Look, dreams come true. So this mature woman, the negative law enforcement, which is this mature woman here, actually their dreams came true temporarily. Temporarily because they were able to succeed with their request from the good law enforcement. They stressed out. They're very, 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 very stressed out because they don't want it to be linked back to them, but they're the one that's irresponsible with the things that they were doing. Okay? We also have, wow, damn, Spirit, you talking. Baby, we have spiritual awakening and unable to express emotions. Spiritual awakening and unable to express emotions. You actually make a valid point. Sugar mentions on YouTube, so that's why they wouldn't file my report from the precinct. So it depends on where you live. So especially within the United States, okay? It depends on where you live, and wherever you live, there is a precinct or department that is specifically for that area of your zip code. So if you go out of the jurisdiction, it might be a little harder for your case to be taken or whatever the case may be. So it's very important to ensure that if something do happen to you, more so in a crime sense of things, that you go to the precinct or department that's within your zip code here. And what they did here was that your name was actually could have been in a database to not accept reports, to look out for you and things of that nature. When I say this mature woman here could be a mother figure, aunt, a grandmother, an old friend, an ex-friend, a co-worker, however it resonates here, a sister, however it resonates here, but they are operating completely 100% out of their dark energy. Completely 100% out of their dark energy. It says a legal activity. A legal activity that this mature woman was doing here, and they're getting busted for it. Because it's like, why are you looking towards the collective, or why are you trying to look up information, on the collective? Like your job, you're 8 to 5, you're 7 to 3, you're 8 to 4, whatever the case may be. Like you're supposed to do what is asked of you in regards to the task, like whatever is delegated to them during their, work schedule. They're supposed to fulfill certain tasks during that time, and they didn't. Stuck energy and alcoholic. So this mature woman could be very alcoholic, or they tend to drink a lot. They may drink on the job. Siblings are involved. Okay, so there are siblings that were working with this unsavory mature woman here to also try to get insights in regards to you, and it's not working. I feel some individuals become, or they get into the law enforcement niche because they were bullied when they were young, or they felt very powerless when they were young. And they felt like if they are in a position of power, that they feel like they can heal themselves, or they'll feel better if they abuse their authority or abuse their power, and no one is looking or no one is aware. You're not in communication with this person at all. You're not. No communications in reverse. You're not in communication with this person. And this is what set off or tripped off the confirmation. This is what set off the internal intel or the internal investigation in regards to this mature woman, in regards to you not connecting or not wanting to connect with this mature woman here. Mother issues, confirmation. Okay, mother issues could be your mother, however it resonates. Could be a Leo, however it resonates. However it resonates. Could be an Aquarius, however it resonates. We have insomnia here as well too. They're sick. They stay up at night. Man, we have toxic family, and they freaked out. So this mature woman here is freaked out by the chain of events, or more so the actions, or more so the path that they decide to take. Please keep in mind, this is a collective read. It's not going to resonate with everyone, okay? This person has a mental illness here, okay? I want to explain what a mental illness is, and there's many different variations of it. But from my perspective of things, a person that has a mental illness is a person that is unwell. They may not look like they're unwell, but the things that they speak can correlate to them not being unwell. The incoherent things that they speak out of their mouth can also correlate to them not being unwell, to them being unwell. The type of actions that they decide to take amongst other people, specifically towards innocent individuals, could be seen or deemed as unwell. If that makes sense, you're minding your business, you don't want anything to do with this person, but this person feels some type of way because you hold the secrets to the past of this person, and this person don't want you to feel comfortable or to feel very liberated to speak what you went through in regards to this person here. So not only do they have an underlying mental illness here, you speaking the truth, it triggers the mental illness that was hidden below. It triggers it for it to come up or to surface up. And people are going to see that this person is unwell and they were trying to bully you. But, here's the but. But just because this person may suffer through some form of a mental instability here does not get them off of the hook. They're going, as I mentioned before, there are going to be a lot of laws that are going to be changing in regards to how we see or perceive mental instabilities. Because a lot of people, the first thing they love to do is that when they get caught up for the foolishness that they're doing, the first thing that they want to scream or holler is that they have a mental instability. Not saying that we don't agree that they have a mental instability, but at what point are we going to stop allowing people to use mental instability as a crutch in regards of the troubles that they make? And this is why there are going to be some serious changes with laws in regards to how people can utilize mental instabilities to get them out of trouble or to keep them out of trouble. Because that's the first thing they're going to say when they get caught. Oh, well, I suffer. No. You're not going to use your mental instability as a crutch to get out of the foolishness. You're not going to use mental instabilities to get out of the foolishness that you create. Absolutely not. No. Because they were aware that they had the mental instability, right? They were aware that they were bullying you, right? They were aware that they were willing to go the extra mile to ensure that they put you in a compromising position, right? So we're not going to use mental instabilities as an excuse as to why you got caught. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No. This mature woman here may have slept with your ex. Take it how it resonates for you. Okay, and we also have career success in reverse. No, So now that their career is over based on the decisions that they made. They had a cognitive thought. They intended, they knew what they were doing because they sat down and they thought and they created an elaborate scheme in regards to trying to hurt or harm you. No excuse. No excuse. Could be a Capricorn, however it resonates in your story. No excuse. Stop using mental instabilities as an excuse to be able to get out of the foolery that you're doing. No. Because if they never got caught, they would have never brought up that they have mental instabilities. If that makes sense? Yes, there are people out there that are really suffering from mental instabilities, but there are people out here that are not harming people just because they have a mental instability. They're trying to figure out they're trying to fix themselves, they're trying to heal themselves, but they're not putting themselves or putting other people in compromising positions just because they have a mental instability. Absolutely not. So we have pray in reverse. They're trying to pray themselves out of this, but they can't pray themselves out of this at all. It is what it is. They're burnt out. Yeah, they are extremely burnt out, as they should be. Yeah. Tower moment. Yeah. Tower moments. And I know on YouTube and Instagram, you guys are seeing the cards inverted. That's not me. That's a YouTube thing and that's an Instagram thing. So I tried to change it. I did like testing before I went on live, and I don't know how to change that. So that's not a me thing. That's more YouTube when they updated their their whole platform. So I don't know how to change that. But we have tower moments here. Because separate, so when you separated from this person, you created the tower. When you went no contact with this person, when you went in no contact with this person, you separated from them, and it's how dare you separate from me? I didn't give you permission to separate from me. That in that kind of way that they wanted to be very authoritative over your life, and they're suffering in silence now because they can no longer be sneaky. They can no longer be sneaky. Sneaky is in reverse. They're suffering in silence because they can't be sneaky anymore. They are a devil in disguise. I'm telling you, candle magic. They specifically go after individuals that we'll just say that are not in tune with the darker side, or more so they haven't healed their traumas. And majority of the population or the populace of society do have issues when it comes to generating finances. That's the number one thing that a lot of people struggle with, is wanting to manifest a better life for themselves. And because they're not able to manifest a better life for themselves, they're willing to do things or to put themselves in harm's way to ensure that they can, capitalize off of the finances that they're wanting to manifest here. Karmic. Karmic elder, karmic mature woman. Man, they never thought that this would have turned on them. Never. If you're having any issues with anyone within a law enforcement or departments, you need to contact the IAB, or it's another company. Give me a second. No, that's the one on Spring Garden. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I know that one is in Spring Garden back in Philly. It's a specific name. What is it called? I have to find it because I do have it in my notes. But there's a specific, it's the IAB and something, it's like a union. I can't think of it right now. When I look in my notes, I'll make a post and post it on so you can make a report. We have secrets here because with something that I've learned when I reported in my story here is that the feds can't get involved. Like, that's a complete separate thing. You have to go through the chain of command when it comes to wanting to report a law enforcement individual that is not practicing, or they're not upholding integrity. They're not honoring their badge, because the badge is supposed to honor and serve. You're not supposed to harm others. You're not supposed to put people in, in harm's way. I can't think of it. Just give me some time and I'll go through my notes and I'll make a post on Instagram or YouTube, okay? But mature woman here with secrets here, their secrets are exposed. Yeah, a lot of spell work was done. So this is more, and I know I do have a lot of viewers that watch from outside the United States. I don't know the steps as to how you can go forward with that. This is more so specifically for the individuals that are in the United States, okay? So I'm not sure how it works in other countries. It's internal affairs, but it's another, I can't think of it. I'll get the information. Yeah, they're seen as a liar. SEIU is one, but not that. Interpol You can use Interpol, but it's not that either. It's not Interpol, it's not CIA, no. So we have a friend here or ex-friend here that this mature woman lied to get information or insights or intel about you, and they failed. Family worked together with this friend here to get information or intel or insight in regards to you. And this mature woman here, as I mentioned, we're taking evidence from the evidence room and was giving it to this friend as well too. Yes, fraternal order of police. That's it. Fraternal order of police. Yes. FOP. That's it. Fraternal order of police. Thank you. That's it. That's it. Thank you. Fraternal order of police. FOP. Yes. That's it. Thank you. That's it. That's it. Yes. FOP. That's it. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's it. That's it. Yes. See why I love, see, now you see why I be talking about the community. That's why I love my soul tribe. Let me give you some flowers. You see what I be talking about here? Come through, boo, yes. And yes, you can go through their insurance carrier as well too, and you can sue them through their insurance because law enforcement do have insurance, and if something negative was to happen to you, you can go through their insurance and you can start or create a proceeding to ensure that you get paid out from the abuse or the trauma that you went through. Yeah, I know that's right. Yes, come through. Come through, boo. So that's specifically for the United States. As I've mentioned, I don't know how it works outside of the States. I don't live outside of the States. I live in the States. So I don't know how that works, okay? But the Fraternal Order of Police, FOP, that's where you go to launch or to create the investigation. Could be a Libra, however it resonates. Is there a time frame? So again, I'm not sure because every city and state will be different. I'm not sure. So you will have to, you would have to do a little bit more research in regards to where you reside and see. That part I'm not sure. Every city and state has their own, their own rules of how they run their departments and things of that nature. I told you they robbed. Yes, they did. They robbed. Yes, they did. They took from the evidence room, boo. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They yes, depression and then hidden agenda is in reverse. And we're not talking about Craig David, okay? But yes, they're in a depressive state because they can't hide this agenda anymore. Good luck is in reverse. Good luck is in reverse. Well, the reason why they have the evidence room is to recycle that things that they caught in the evidence room to go back out there and to catch other people in negative situations. I grew up in a home with, law enforcement. So that person ran their mouth and told and spoke about, different things. So I don't know a lot about the law enforcement, how it all works, but based on what that person was telling me, because I lived underneath their roof, they told me certain things. I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. I never thought I would need it, but yeah. You see how I keep telling you, people, they always gonna run their mouth. People run their mouth when they feel the most comfortable with you. It's confirmation, especially individuals that are guilty of the thing that they're doing. They always gonna run their mouth because they're like, well, it's just a collective. The collective ain't gonna do anything. The collective not gonna say anything. You know what I mean? And this is where they feel like not only you let your guards down, they're gonna feel like that they let their guards down too, and they can just tell you what's going on. Yes, user. User. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. What else? All right, I'm gonna have to cut this in a few. I have a few readings that I need to do, but as you know, as promised, I will be coming back on here because I do have other reads that I do have to disseminate. So just bear with me once I get through all my private readings, and I'll be back to give y'all more collective reads. This person may be schizophrenic, sudden changes. They're schizophrenic, or they may have schizophrenia because, you know, they went undiagnosed for a very long time. And I feel that they should have stricter ramifications or qualifications in regards to the mental health. So if you know that you got a jacked up mental health, you should not be in the law enforcement in any way, shape, or form. You should not, because you need to carry a pew, you need to carry that. And if you're not right in your mind, you shouldn't be able to have access, or you shouldn't be able to be open to having a pew. They're going to be very heartbroken by this. This is this negative law enforcement's worst nightmare, because again, they felt like they had all the power because they felt like they were dressed in blue, and they felt like that the blue was going to back them, and the blue is not going to back them for this, because this is they overdid it. They were very overbearing. They did too much. They did way too much. They're not going to keep this person. This is in reverse. So as I mentioned, this person is going to be placed on administrative leave with no pay because it's too much heat to the department. And it's very dangerous to the department here. Very dangerous because of what this person is trying to do. Again, it don't pay to be mean-spirited. It don't pay. We have the Magician here with trickery and the Three of Cups. Yes. Three of Cups is in reverse, and the Magician is in reverse. There was a lot of betrayal here with a lot of trickery. And this older, negative law enforcement individual here really tricked a lot of people and betrayed their trust. And people are not going for that because people are just trying to make a living. There are good law enforcement. Yes, they are. They're good law enforcement and they're negative law enforcement, okay? It's good and bad in anything that people do. But the negative law enforcement individual here feels stuck. Eight of Swords. I agree. So Maitreya, sorry if I mispronounced your name, says on TikTok, too persistent and ambitious to be, we'll say, unwell. And they're right. It is. I'm just using specific words so I don't get flagged. But yes, that's. Do you think law enforcement could be a metaphor for authority figure? Yes, I use specific words so I don't get flagged. So if you see me pausing, it's because I'm trying to figure out another word, like a synonym of that word, so you can you can understand. But if I come out and say a certain word, they'll flag me. So that's why I say certain things. They can't flag me. You know what I mean? So we have Judgment. Yeah, Judgment. Yeah, anytime you see me pausing, it's because I'm trying to figure out another word for the word that I want to say. So, yes. Yes, yes, yes. We have the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant is in reverse. They're isolated. They're rebelling. They rebelled against you because they thought that they had more power than you, and no one has more power than you, especially if you're connected to the light. People just look at things mundanely on the 3D world, and that's fine, but there's more to life than just 3D. You have to expand your mind to see that there's more to life than just 3D. And this person just living on 3D because they felt like that they can call judgment on you. How are you going to call judgment on someone that's innocent? To do what? I call judgment on you, okay? What they do? What do they do? They don't have an answer. So how can you call judgment on someone that's innocent? Well, how are they going to get in trouble? What did they do? You don't have an answer because they didn't do anything. So we have the Hierophant and the Hermit in reverse. We have the World in reverse. They are delayed. That's why I say ask the specific questions. If you ask specific questions based on what they say, and you redirect that answer in regards to to what they, so I'll put it this way. You can always catch someone in a lie. Even if I say it, they still not going to be able to hide it, because a person that is guilty, they're going to sound very incoherent. They're going to sound very gibberish, or they're going to be speaking gibberish. They're basically going to put their foot in their mouth. So when a person that is lying and they're having a conversation with you, the answer that they give to you, recreate that in a question and ask that question back to them and see what they say. You're going off based on what they said. And if you are having a conversation with me and you're answering the question that I have, you should be able to have the answer to the question that I have. So therefore, whatever answer that they give to you, I'm going to redirect that in the question, and you need to be able to answer the same thing that you said in your answer. They can't do it. They cannot do it. Pay attention, boo. Pay close attention. They can't do it. And the first thing they do when they can't answer the question based on the answer that they gave you, you're unintelligent. You don't know what you're talking about. You're delusional. You're insane. Same pattern. Same pattern. Day in, day out. Same pattern. Break the pattern. Ask the specific questions. Ask the questions that they answer to you. And turn it, redirect it back on them and see what they say. I'm not no shorties. Don't call me shorty. Get out of here. Yeah, get out. Get out, get out, get out. Bye-bye. Get out. Nine of Swords. Is that 9? Yeah, 9 of Swords. But you said A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, well, what about G, H, I, J, K, L? What? But that don't make sense. But that you said that. And if you said that, it should be that, right? You don't know what you're talking about. You're insane. Get away from me. Yeah. To take the heat off of them based on what they said. 8 of Wands. Fire it right back. Fire it right back into their face. They can't handle it. You can always tell when someone is unwell, or more so me. Let me speak for myself. You can tell when someone don't know what they're speaking about based on the answer that they give you. You be like, you sure about that? You sure about that? And that's how you get people caught up in their lies. You said that though. I didn't say that. Yes, you did. You said A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. You said that. So now it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, X, Y, and Z. That don't make sense. Yo, get out of here. I don't care. Bye. Goodbye. No one cares. So we have the 5 of Wands here. 5 of Wands. They want to argue and fight, but how can you argue with the truth? You're the one that's telling the lies. You're the one that's creating the lies. So if you're the one that's comfortable in stating lies, you need to be able to handle the truth. And if you coming to me, you having a conversation with me with lies, I'm going to push that back in your face with truth. You have no choice but to either accept it for what it is, or you're going to run away. So either or, I win. Right? I just said the truth. Ace of Swords. Truth will never, you can't run from truth. The sun is the truth. The sun is the light. The sun going to shine down on you. The sun going to expose. The sun is literally the truth. When you stand in the sun, you feel warm. That's the truth of it. You feel so warm and invigorated. You feel so comfortable within the sun. The sun exposes. The sun shines, not the darkness. And they fail to realize that they're coming up against someone that's clearly in the light, and you want to come with your darkness in my light? Okay, come on. Let's play. Let's play. 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. Man. Hey, Cassandra. How you doing, boo? Hey, Cornelius. So we have the 4 of Swords here. They burnt out. They burnt out. And they feel stuck with the devil in the devil upright. Somebody could be born in the 6th month. 1 + 5 is 6. Someone could be born in the 1st month or the 5th month. So 1st month could be January, 5th month could be May, or 1 + 5 is 6, could be born in the 6th month. So take that how that resonates. 1st month will be Sagittarius, Capricorn. 5th month would be, I think, Taurus. What comes after Taurus? Cancer? Taurus, Cancer, or Aries. And then the 6th month would be Gemini. No, I think 6th month is Gemini and Cancer, because there are 2 signs per month. Yeah, the death. I'm going to stop right there. But yeah, this is the end. They cheated. And when you cheat the system, when you cheat yourself, when you attempt to cheat others out of, having a good life, this is where it can end. It could be a physical, it could be metaphorically speaking, it could be figuratively speaking. But when you cheat yourself through life, this is where you can end up. Like I said, it could be a physical thing, it could be a metaphorical thing, it could be a figurative thing. But things will start to come down if you continue to live in a life of deceitfulness, barren, being very barren, things of that nature. And it doesn't, I'm going to always say it, don't lie. Don't lie. It's going to catch up to you. Don't lie. And if you don't want anything to catch up to you, don't lie. If you feel uncomfortable with a lie, that's your moral compass that's coming in like, hey, hello. Hey, you remember me? Do you remember the integrity that's innately within you? Why are you going against your moral compass? Specifically when your discernment is like, hey, hey. Your discernment that's screaming at you, but you going against it. Well, I mean, we can't help you if you go against yourself. That's on you. I'm just saying. I ain't helping nobody to go against themselves. I'm not. Especially when you know that it's wrong to not do this, but yet you're doing it. That's on you. Hey, look, cauldron. Okay. Don't lie. If you want to lie, lie to yourself, but stay away from the populace. Stay away from society. Stay away from the public. If you can't handle other people's truth, stay away from people and stay in your corner. Go live your life in a life of recluse or isolation and leave people alone. They want to harm you for living a life of truth because they can't live a life of truth. No, Absolutely not. No. And this is why they're stuck. This is why they're stuck. That was a really good read today. Really, really good read. I got prepared for my other reads. So we have Cancer. You could be, they could be. We have Virgo. We have Capricorn. We have Taurus. 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 Don't start this, spirit. 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 Taurus. Spirit. Something else. I gotta do it again. Hold on. Baby. Taurus. Spirit. Okay, Gemini. We have okay, strong Taurus. Strong Taurus. Baby, I'm done. I can't do this no more. I'm done. It's, y'all see me. Oh my God, what is, I'm done. I can't. It's Taurus. I'm done. I'm done. Y'all saw me. I'm gonna try one more time. These are the signs that are involved. These are the signs that are involved. Aries. All right. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You are so loved. I love you guys so, so much. I love my soul tribe. Thank you guys for being here. You are so freaking dope. If you would like to review this live, you're going to have to go onto YouTube to review this live. Okay. If you would like to book a private reading, that information is in my bio, or reach out to me in my inbox. It's going to take time, but I'll reach out to you when I can. And I'll see y'all on the next one. See y'all soon. Love you guys. Thank you so much for all of the gifts on TikTok. And I'll see y'all soon. Bye, Instagram. Bye, YouTube. Love you guys.